So we want to walk through how to open up a Google Doc and set everything up in proper MLA format. So here I am on a Google Docs homepage. I'm going to click on the blank file. Now I'm going to move through things at a pretty quick pace here because I want to keep this video short, but you of course can always slow it down by stopping, pausing, rewinding, etc. First thing you're going to do is give your document a title. It's always important to give it a proper numbering title. So we're always going to be working with paper number and draft number. So in this case, paper 1, draft 1. If you're watching this video later, it could be paper 2, draft 3, whatever is appropriate. The next thing you're going to want to do is set up the margins for your paper. Make sure they're correct. To do that, you go to the page setup link under File and make sure yours are all at 1 inch. This is normally the default. I've changed it on mine, so I have to go in and make sure mine are all set for 1 inch. The other thing you're going to want to do is, before you do anything, change your font to Times New Roman or Times, regular Times or Times New Roman 12. That's the official MLA font size that you want to follow. The next thing we're going to talk about is headings. When you do an MLA paper, there's set rules for headings. There's the writer's name. Then there's the professor's name. Then there's the course number. And then there's the date laid out in MLA International Formatting Rules, which you'll notice instead of March 4th, 2004 is 4 March 2004. You're also going to want a title for your paper. It's important that the title's in the same font as everything else, no special sizing or bold or anything like that. So we're going to call, we'll just call this paper Race, Class, and Agency in Sula. You'll notice that there is no special font in titles of papers, but we do put titles of books into italics when we write in MLA, so we do the same thing if we use a book title in the title of the paper. Now you can change your title to whatever you want. You can go with a fancy, more stylish title, but it's good to have a basic topic title in your drafts as you move along. And then finally, you're going to start adding some text. In our case, we've already drafted paragraphs in our draft forms and we're copying them into the paper. So I've gone and copied one of my draft paragraphs. So I'm going to paste that paragraph in. Now notice, it's really important when you paste the paragraph in, you realize it's in a different font. So you're going to have to double check and regularize your fonts again. But that's okay because we also have some other things to do with fonts. For example, we want to double space the whole paper. So the way we double space is we click over here, we look for this little arrow, line spacing, open it up, go down to double. Now everything's double spaced, but I also want to make sure my fonts are consistent because I just typed something, pasted something in. So I've got Times, and I want it all to be in times 12. So I go down here, hit times 12, and now the whole paper is in times 12. One more move to make. My title should be centered. So I go over here and I center the title, and I now have a basically MLA formatted draft that has the proper headings, a properly centered and typed title, and has a body paragraph that is indented, very important, and everything is in a size 12 times font. So only one more thing to do before I've got everything good to go. I'm going to insert a header and add page numbers to that header. And so the way that you do that is you go down to, sorry about that, headers and footers. You click into the header. You're going to right align your work so it shows up on the right side of the page. You're going to type in your last name, and then you're going to use the insert page number button. Notice I put a space after the last name, and I go into this insert page numbers option, and the easiest one is right there. The most common one is right there for you. You click on that little button. There you go. One more thing before you go. You want your page numbers to be in the same font as everything else, so you're going to check and make sure it's in Times Roman 12. And then you're good to go. And now you have a fully MLA formatted paper. I invite you to rewatch this video whenever it's convenient or helpful to do so, or if you just need to slow things down. But this is how we want our drafts to look, and this is how, obviously, in a more advanced form, our final version will look. Thanks.